All right, what's going on, brothers? Hopefully everything's going good. Hopefully everything's going well. All right, brothers. Hey, brothers. I've been on. It just came down my FYP page. I've never even seen this woman before. Well, she's gonna say some things that I can't. I find. I mean, I'm pretty sure men have already made the connection in real time, but I have yet to see somebody on social media. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm a firm believer that a lot of stuff that hits social media starts in real time first. I'm a firm believer in that. You know what I mean? At the very least, majority of the talking topics or whatever they say, majority of it starts in real time first, and it hits the social media streets. And before we get into this, I'm just saying for me, I know everybody be different because everybody's like, "Oh, this is modern day," and I understand. But brothers, I would say 90 to 95% of the stuff you hear on social media, I heard back in the late '80s, '88, '89, early '90s. A lot of this stuff. I'm serious, especially throughout the '90s. Now, what I would give it is that you hear it more. A lot of the things they're talking about, you hear it more as opposed to back then. You didn't hear it as much. You might have came across it here and there. But anyway, I'm gonna add this to the series of my collection of who's more gay, black women or black men. And in my theory, I would say the black women are, which is nothing new. This and like I said, I'm surprised somebody on social media, at least I haven't seen it, hasn't made this connection. Brothers, I'm willing to bet you my last dollar. Could I be wrong? You might say, yeah, I could be wrong here and there, whatever. But I wouldn't have bet you if we sprinkle truth dust, almost on every girl who called men sassy and gay, they're the ones who are actually gay. They're gaslighting. That's what women do. All you got, I was telling my one home years ago, I said, all you really got to do uh, to cut through a lot of the riffraff is just flip, whatever they do, is just flip it upside down. Toxic masculinity, flip it upside down. It's toxic femininity. And almost every time you hear a woman, I'm telling you, I would say 100% of the time the women I came across who presented that, that's what they were. And I'm just being honest, you can say this is my experience, I give you that. Every woman I came across who said this and said that men are abusive and blah blah blah, it was actually her. Men are narcissists, especially the narcissists. Every woman I heard say that I knew that I came in contact with, it was her. I'm like, you're describing yourself. But anyway, brothers, we're gonna listen to this video. The so-called black women are more gay than black men, and that's why they calling you guys gay. They're gaslighting. They're just, as you say, projecting. They're just telling on themselves, which is nothing new. Also, brothers, I did a study on I did not a study, but I read this article that the biggest influx of gays of the LGBT community are bisexual women, and the biggest race were the black women. The bisexual black women actually outnumber all gay men of any race by 4 times. Right? So let's check out this woman.
Thing I can't stand about a lot of y'all chicks, and I know y'all gonna get mad at me for saying this, but y'all need to stop constantly sitting up talking about how these men on the DL and these men sassy and these men this and these men that. When y'all know a lot of y'all women be on the DL, y'all know y'all do. Like y'all always trying to get drunk and kiss, and and then a lot of y'all be stay talking about I don't like these men, I don't like them, and it be because y'all like a woman. Y'all just like me and money. Y'all don't want to get with no woman though because y'all don't want to pay for y'all own stuff, and y'all know that a lot of the women don't have no money. You understand? A lot of y'all know what y'all be on, and then y'all keep doing that same lie. Talking about, yeah, I only ate 3 cats. Acting like that's normal just because y'all women. A lot of y'all women need to stop talking about these men when y'all be doing the same stuff. Y'all be messing around with y'all friends on the low, having sleepovers, talking about these men getting all riled up, and then y'all get to doing what y'all do. Y'all know what y'all be doing. It's not just the men that's on DL, it be y'all too. It be y'all too. Like, so one thing I
So but at least she telling, and I believe she's telling the truth. But I would challenge her and say that women do it more. I would challenge her and say women do it more. That's why Well, I think it came from a TV show, the Gallant Times, things like that. But it's nothing new, but it was happening in the '90s, brothers. But A lot of us so-called black men, we'll let it go. We wouldn't hold women to the same accountability as I guess the word would be if they use today to the men. For many years, brother, I'm talking about since I've been living, we have always given women a pass for being gay. Men, men. I mean, men too. Like, I'm not talking about like And what I mean by that, because some dudes want to run with that, is that what you guys call what they call gay bashing. I'm not saying it didn't happen in the black community, but I'm talking about since I've been living, I've never seen it. I've never seen it. I've never seen a bunch of. I'm not saying it never happened, but I just never seen a bunch of black men run around in the black neighborhood to find some gay black man and beat his ass. I just never seen that. You understand? But anyway, and I say that to say this. In the black community, these alternate lifestyles are more what you would call, they're more accepted. Not saying people want to be it, but it's not no real big push to destroy that. But any wise man can see that, man, because they've been a part of the Sunday churches. You guys know I'm not lying. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, that shit right there, brothers, I would say the women are actually more gay than men. And I stand by that, man. I truly believe that, man. And it's not off of feeling. It's just by the things I've seen, this article, and the things I've seen throughout my life. So be careful, brothers. Especially the women who hate men. Oh, man. Especially the girls who like almost every time you look around. And like I said, it'd be the main ones they say that who are the men are gay or who black women. And they was the biggest influx of bisexual women according to this study. They actually outnumbered all the other women for bisexuality. And they outnumber all gay men of any race about four times. All right? So anyway, brother, that's it, man. Let me know what you think, brothers. So that's pretty much what it is, brothers. The world is just topsy-turvy. What they say, just flip it upside down. At the very least, that'll get you 85 to 90% of the way of the true answer. Toxic masculinity, nope. Toxic femininity. You know what I mean? Let's flip it around. A lot of stuff they say, I want, woo woo, blah blah blah, yada yada yada, this, that, and the third. You know how they be saying all this crazy stuff. I was in an abusive relationship. That person did this and person did that. Just flip it aside. She did that. You know what I mean? They innocent. They never wrong. It's not to add to the gender war, but it's just to help some of these brothers out who might be confused. All you gotta do is flip it, and that'll get you 85 to 90% of the way. No joke. Whatever she says, he don't want to be a part of his child's life, stuff like that, man. Just flip it. She ran him off, and chances are that's what it is. It's just the way the world is, man. It's unfortunate, man, and it's going to cause a lot of problems, which it already has. But anyway, brother, that's it. Who's more gay, the so-called black man or the so-called black woman? I'm out. Peace.